pitiful at it, really," he said of his golf game. "But my aim at this point is to charm them sufficiently so that they don't care." She pressed another breezy kiss onto his cheek, rose from the bed, then yawned and stretched in a long, butter-yellow ray of sunlight. "If you haven't won them over yet, you will soon enough. You really do believe in me, don't you, doll? 100%. I just want you to be happy. And thank you for the book." "You really like it, then?" She heard the familiar catch in his voice, just a note, but it came from that fragile need for reassurance. "You knew I would. It's incredible. It's a very rare volume, you know." "I'd like to think I'll always know what you like." "You sure don't have to win me over like that with things, Chuck. You know I adore you already. I always will." He searched her face for a moment, and when she saw him finally give away just a hint of a smile, she knew that he did. Later that day, they decided to go to the pictures. Harlean was thrilled that Chuck was willing to sit through a romantic comedy because she knew he disliked them. He didn't even complain about this one, though, and he told her he actually enjoyed it as they walked back to their car. Marriage was give and take, and it was so good to feel that they were both doing their part. Harlean couldn't imagine anything that could be better than what the two of them had together right now. She loved decorating their home and learning to cook. Even thoughts of writing a novel began to fade from her mind. The only thing lacking was that she missed her family more every day, her mother most especially, but she tried her best not to think too much of that. Over the next few days, Harlean relished seeing how happy Chuck was here in their lovely hideaway, and how at ease he was when they were together, cooking together, or when she was trying to teach him about poetry. "Please let things stay just as they are," she found herself thinking. She repeated that to herself daily until it became almost like a mantra. Coming to California had been good for him. He had left everything behind in the Midwest, just as she had. She said it to herself even that evening a few days later when his new set of friends delivered him back home, propped up between them after an afternoon of carousing. Old Chuck sure is the life of the party. He was dancing on tables over at Musso and Frank's an hour ago. Blake Kendrick, who lived next door, gave Harlean an apologetic shrug as he handed Chuck over to her. Harlean did her best not to show her disappointment. Damn, why did he always have to drink so much? She thanked them with a believable smile, and after they'd gone, she dutifully tucked him into bed, kissed his forehead, and turned out the light. An unsettling concern pressed in on her again as she leaned against the closed door and let out a heavy sigh. She needed for him to stay just as content as he had been at first. Everything for her depended on that. They were alone here, after all, and with Chuck gone so often lately, she had begun, secretly, to feel the greater pull of homesickness every day. Of course, she couldn't tell Chuck that because he always said they were each other's family now. For his sake, she tried very hard to make that true. A few moments later, she went to the telephone and quietly dialed the number, hoping he was too sound asleep to hear. It wasn't Sunday yet, but tonight, especially, she just needed to hear her mother's reassuring voice on the other end of the line. Once the house was fully furnished, Chuck insisted on organizing another party. He planned on inviting everyone they'd met so far in Beverly Hills. It seemed a huge undertaking, but helping him gave Harlean a way to keep busy as the shine of the housewives' world was fading by the day for her. He planned to grill hot dogs since he knew they were Harlean's favorite food, and he had a florist fill the house with orchids and fragrant roses. "I've put out the rest of the hooch we brought with us from Chicago. I hope it will be enough," he said, as he set clean glassware onto the kitchen counter next to bootleg bottles of gin and whiskey. "Will you stop your worrying? Everything will be great." So many